Hello, my name is Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video that I don't normally do, but I want to start a series on my channel where I interview people that I meet that I believe have something to say. And I want to...
You think I have something to say?
Yes, girl. And I want to give especially queer people of color and queer Black people a space and a platform to have conversations that we have like on a day-to-day basis, but the world would never know. So I think it's important to share that. But today, for this segment, we will be navigating Black queer love and the Black queer experience. And with me today, I have Allurah, and I'm gonna let Allurah introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Allurah.
Amen.
And this is Onyx.
Hi, Onyx.
And we are in New York right now.
Yes. Ow! He can do these or
no?
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you got that. But yeah, I'm Allurah. I'm very anxious and excited to be here because you know anxious and anxiety are the same thing. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening.
Okay. So the first question that I have is, who or what do you identify as?
Such a hard question. Like, to the world, I would say, like, I'm a lesbian, but, like, to me, I'm just me. So, and I feel like I could go on a rabbit hole around that question, but I identify as a lesbian to the world. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Like,
How? Yeah.
No, continue. Like, I don't put myself in a box, but when I'm in certain spaces and I feel that box being built, I'm like, okay, put me in this box. I'm choosing which box put me
Right.
in. Yeah. That's how I think of it.
Okay, cool. So how did you come to choosing said label, lesbian? Like, how did you come to choosing, like, what made you choose this box out of all the boxes?
I knew it.
No, for real.
Because, like, I knew it, but, like, when I was younger, I didn't know. I didn't know. I think at first, like, I thought I was, like, pansexual. And I remember my family clowning me. They're like, what the fuck is pansexual? You like pans? You a fucking animal if they have, like, a nice personality? I'm like, you're not getting it.
Like, and where did that even come from?
Ciao. Anyway. But it's okay, because, like, I'm, like, they will never understand, like, I feel like the depth that comes with, like, if they don't, like, if they don't get it because they're not going to get it. I don't know if that makes sense. They're just not going to get it, so they don't get it, and I'm realizing that now. But, thought I was pansexual, and I'm like, because I'm like, I like these women, these girls, whatever. And then I don't know, I got to a certain age in, like, high school, I'm just like, no, I don't like men. Like, I always see them, like, I've always wanted, and this is really a hard comment for me to talk about, but I always wanted, like, more so, like, a male friend, but it was always, like, some type of hidden or underlying, like, agenda. Like, they want to fuck, but it's just like, no, I want a friendship.
And what did the men that you did try to pursue friendship with, what did they identify as? Men?
Straight,
cis men. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like I've heard both sides. Like, I've heard some women feeling like they're more comfortable around straight cis men, and then there are others who, like you said, were looking for friendship, but they were not met with that. Their intentions were not.
And I feel like I will still find a friend like that, but
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
And that's weird.
I feel you. Yeah. understand that. Okay. How do you feel about the concept coming out, and what does that mean for you? What did that look like for you, if it had any significance in your life?
So many thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Me now feel like you shouldn't have to come out, but just because like it's a should, but like society, you know, societies, and I didn't come out. I was pushed out the closet. So I don't really. When it comes to the term of coming out, I always get. I never really know. I never have a straight answer because.
You don't feel like you came out. Like you didn't make a choice to come out.
Yeah.
Right. Is that something that you want?
I mean,
or does it hold?
I feel like it matters if I'm like. I don't know how to explain. Like it matters like if I'm either trying to pursue you. I don't know. I feel like I don't know how to answer that. I don't know why. I don't know. I feel like I don't need to come out. Because I'm just Allurah.
Yeah.
That's a part of it where it's like, like if I'm like meeting someone and like they ask me, are you like gay or like I'm a lesbian? But if that question is not coming up, then I don't. Or if I'm not trying to talk to you or pursue you, it's like I'm Allurah.
Yeah. I agree. I feel the same way. Like I don't feel like I feel like there's too much of me to be just any one thing. So I feel like if there was a one thing, it's gonna be Kayla. Like I'm just Kayla.
Yeah.
And yes, like being gay is part of my identity, but I'm just Kayla, and there's so much more to me.
Exactly.
Outside of that, so I understand. Do you consider yourself to be an individual with intersectional identities?
What does that mean?
So intersectionality is the concept, or I don't believe it's a belief, it's real. But it's like me being a gay black woman, like that right there, there's 3 different identities. But all those identities intersect. Like sometimes being black and gay intersect with one another, being gay and woman intersect. Sometimes they all can intersect. Sometimes I have to live, just being black, or just being gay, just being a woman. So do you believe that you also have that experience, that you have intersectional identities?
Yeah. I think I feel it more in the workplace, unfortunately.
Right.
In different ways.
Honestly, so relaxed. So comfortable.
Still figuring out how it looks. Because me being me and who I am, I can always feel my difference within the room, if that makes sense. No matter if I'm in the room full of white people, I'm the only black one, full of straight people, I'm the only gay person. I'm in a room full of people that look like me, I still feel like ostracized, but I'm not sure if I do that to myself.
Right.
Or if that's just what's being projected onto it. If that makes sense. That's why it's so hard to think about intersectionality, I feel like, because it's like, I just feel, no matter, I don't know. No matter in each lane, I still feel like maybe I'm like different.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and that's the thing about intersectionality, because I feel like it's basically saying like people out there like you exist that have these multiple identities, but they don't intersect because society like it just won't allow it. But they are all there regardless. But I like what you said about like sometimes not knowing if it's just you or if they're projecting onto you. Do you feel like on your journey so far, are there any ways in which you have tried to, like in the moments where you can't decipher, what do you do? Like so far on your journey, have you found anything that's helpful? Or when you are in a moment of like, I can't tell if this is someone, what I'm feeling right now is being projected onto me, and I can pick up on that, like you said, in any room that you walk into.
Like how do I?
Or if this is just me, or if this is like fear or anxiety, or me bringing up trauma from the past, and because I'm in a space or an environment that triggers me, I'm back in that place. Like, so how do you? Have you ever?
Yeah.
Was there ever a time where you could tell the difference, and like, what did that look like for you getting there?
I feel like I would like list the facts in my head. Like, okay, is what this person just said. Like, what? Okay, actually no, scratch that. Intent versus impact. I feel like. So I try to see like the intentions. I feel like I can always read people's intentions. So I feel like if you have good intentions, then it's like, okay, maybe I just didn't like how it was. I didn't like the delivery. And like, damn, why is it so hard to talk about?
I follow what you're saying though. Like you, it sounds like you give before you make a judgment. In that moment, you give them an opportunity. Like, okay, let me feel this person out and see what their intentions are. But you didn't like their delivery because maybe you just don't like the way they talk or something like that. Like maybe you're not compatible in that way, but that doesn't mean that they're trying to hurt you.
Yeah, kind of. I just try to think about like, I just try to stop and take a moment and just, okay, no, let's unpack this. This made me feel away, so clearly it's important.
Right.
If my emotions were affected or impacted, that's worthy enough for me to just stop and understand what's happening. And some people don't like that.
Yeah. But I feel like that's not like common. Like people, like I don't feel like we're taught that. So like how did you learn that? How long, like were you always like that? Like you took that moment to be like, let me actually try to unpack this. Because I feel like I'm just now learning that now. Like I'm just now making that habit. I've never had that before. So like for you,
I think I've watched adult figures so many times not do that it made me want to.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense.
Like you don't stop and think.
Right.
And it's crazy. It's funny because that question will be flipped back onto me sometimes. Because hey, listen, I can be chaotic.
Right.
I'll go when I got in that van. You see what I'm saying? But
I'm fucking weak.
But like, I'll think about it.
Right.
While I was in the van thinking about it. So I digest it. Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's funny as fuck. Okay, let's move on.
Oh wait, I just thought of a good analogy. Like it's good to chew your food before you swallow. But sometimes it's like you know you could just shove it and not fucking chew, and now you're choking. I don't know if that's a good.
No, I hear what you mean. Do you feel like
it was going somewhere?
You are impulsive or don't take that time to think before you do or reflect, like every time it goes to shit?
It won't go to shit completely. There'll be something like, I'm just like
something. It's like I could have done that differently. Okay. It'll be
something. And it's like, but you knew better, girl.
Right.
you knew better, but now you have to sit with this.
Right. No, yeah, I hear you. Like you ignored every sign because it came up before. Because that would be a lie. We'd be lying to ourselves if we said it didn't come up before. Like it came up before, but you chose to.
So yeah,
it happens. So, to you, what does it mean to be Black and queer?
I'm lit. That's kind of the gist of it. Even though I do feel anxious sometimes within that identity. Overall, I know the core is like living my life like it's gold.
Right.
but like, you know, having experiences with people who are not Black and queer, it makes me like feel it makes me want to honor that part of my identity more. If that makes sense.
That's rejection
I say that
identification model. That's
What
I'm
is
doing.
that?
That's what I'm doing my senior project on. That's so crazy.
Okay, what is
Like-
that? My brain is.
So when those with marginalized or rejected identities feel rejection from an outer group, their in-group pride.
Onyx. Stop it.
How was that?
Stop
What are you doing?
Fucking up the couches I just got.
So their in-group pride increases as a means to protect their self-esteem. So you're like, when you're in those spaces, like you're like, now I'm even more proud to be black and queer. Like that's your.
There's a name for that?
Yeah,
That's such a feeling.
Yes, it's crazy, right? Like that's
Right.
like, I was like, oh
Yo.
my god.
Get out. Thank you. Rejection, identification
model. Okay. Define safety, or what does the word safe entail for you?
I like that question. I have to think about it. I think that's a question I'm still learning because trust issues.
Right.
So what's a better time than now? So if I'm just like spitballing, please,
No.
because I have to like, I might have to go through a list in my head.
I understand.
I feel most safe when there's a space created to a non-judgmental space created, and I feel like I have to now answer what does that look like, which is like I guess like affirmations. So people that affirm me, if that makes sense. But that's different. I feel like I'm struggling because the word safety can mean so many things, like physically safe, emotionally safe, mentally safe, and my brain doesn't know which one to talk about.
Okay. We could start with physically safe. What makes you feel physically safe? Like, for example, I would say like anything warm makes me feel physically safe. Like a heating pad, tea, a candle, a joint, anything that makes me feel like warm makes me feel safe. Like socks, things like that. Like physically.
Well, shit, yeah, fuzzy socks.
Yes.
Yeah,
that makes me feel physically safe.
Incense or like a humidifier. If there's a humidifier, what? I don't know. That's something about that screams safety.
Okay.
Sweaters. Sweaters do make me feel really safe. I don't know if that makes sense. Bracelets. I like jewelry that's like blessed over though. So that stuff like that would make me feel safe. Like this bracelet, but it was like intentions are put into the positive intentions.
You could say sage.
Hell yeah. Sage. Santo. Just burning stuff makes me feel safe. Fire. Fire does make me feel safe. I think that's why like at the job I work at, why I like building a fire so much. It's something about it is like very stable.
You built our fire for the VL thing too, right?
Did I? I don't think so.
No?
I did. I used to build the fires.
I think no, you didn't build it, but you kept it alive. I think, right? Did you?
Oh, you know, I did build it. The VL trip.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
I had a blast.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we gotta do this.
I'm fucking moving. Okay, what about emotionally safe? Makes you feel emotionally safe.
Being provided the space to just release without judgment. Because sometimes I just need to release.
Right.
And whether that's me popping my shit and you just listening, and like, you know, either depending on where I'm at, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, depending on where I'm at and if I'm like want advice or if I just want someone to listen, I feel like I still don't know how to decipher that yet. But anyway, just because sometimes if I'm popping my shit, I may say something out of pocket. I may not mean it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Like, that stupid ass bitch. I'm like, no, she's actually intelligent.
Yeah.
But what she did was stupid, you know? Like, I need to pop my shit.
That's so funny.
And I've been around people who listen to me popping my shit and like, oh, you're like a really bad person. Like, no. You got me at a really bad moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I found recently, even though like every time, like I'm not gonna do it every time might not be feasible, but like writing, because I know you like to write, you always write. Writing before, so like having that whatever happened and then writing first, then you're able to, because I feel like if I write it and like that was enough for me and I'm like, okay, I'm good, like I was able to reaffirm myself that I don't need to like vent or whatever. But if I write it and I still feel like I have something to say, or maybe I have questions, or I genuinely don't feel sure with what I have decided or whatever, then I'm like, okay, then I'll go talk to somebody about it. But I feel like recently that has helped me, because I feel like sometimes like you'll vent and then like you don't want to hear nothing. Like you, like I said, I didn't have to vent to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it was a waste of time. It's not helping, but it's like I could have just wrote in those moments. Like the moments that I don't want to hear nothing, you could just write.
Record.
Yes, that too. I've been doing video diaries too.
I love writing sometimes, but writing has to be calm for me because I can't write as fast as the thoughts.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I hate that sometimes.
But you can talk as fast.
Yeah. And not even sometimes, because I'd be stuttering
Just as fast.
if I haven't already.
Right.
But
like I have to put a pin in everything, because like one thing reminds me of the next thing, so I gotta pause that and go talk about that. Because that's more important, because then what if I forget that?
Yeah, no, that happens.
So
like, this is hard. That existence.
How would you define friendship?
Adventure. Growth. Mutual growth. Meaning like I'm supporting your growth and you're supporting my growth and we're supporting our growth just by being in each other's lives. Like, I feel like friendship is like, I feel like friendships has to be very beneficial. And if there's a friendship that's not beneficial, it's a waste of time.
Right. I agree. Do you feel like you found any beneficial friendships or non-beneficial friendships
Throughout my lifetime? Or?
Yeah. I want to say like that's a given, low key, but you never know. You never know somebody's story. Like maybe somebody never had friends in their life.
Shit. Did I? Let me think about it. I mean, I think I've had more non-beneficial friendships more than I've had beneficial friendships. Not to say that in those not to say that in those friendships that there weren't moments of joy or whatever, but overall, it wasn't good.
Okay. So when deciding to end a friendship that is non-beneficial, what are some things that you like check off on your list? Like this is here, so this is the reason why I have to end this. If you have any to share.
Well, I'm really not good with cutting friends off because I know what that's like to talk it out and be like, no, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But they may not like what I'm saying. And a lot of friendship ended like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, let's talk this through. But they don't like what I'm saying, so they can't put themselves in my shoes, even though I'm putting myself in their shoes. That's a pure example of a non-beneficial friendship.
Right.
Because it
needs to be mutual or reciprocal. What I give you, you pour back to me as well. So.
Exactly. And I forgot your question.
Like what are some things whether it be traits or occurrences, what are like some, I don't want to call them red flags, but like what are some reasons why you would end a friendship? Like if there's anybody out there that are experiencing those things and feel as though they're not sure if it's a decision they want to make or not. Like, well, how do you know? And this is just Allurah.
Yeah,
we're all different, so I wanted to hear what are some of your reasons.
If like you end the convo with them and it's just you regret talking to them. I don't know, if I feel regretful of like then just got off the phone with you, don't.
Yeah.
Why are you on my line?
That's not a good feeling.
Yeah. I don't need to engage with you. Can you pass me the blunt, please?
Yes. Only thing, I'll have to cut that out, so we'll just take a pause for right now.
Oh no.
Yes.
Why?
Because bum ass fucking YouTube, bro.
Oh my
If they see
God.
any smoke or a J,
It's New York.
they don't give a fuck.
It's legal.
It's the internet, but it's not legal on the internet and on social media apps.
I watch.
But I'll pause. I feel like I'll do it better.
And please give me feedback.
This is a singing song? Good though. I would love to hear this recorded. I'll listen to this on Spotify, like the Spotify recommended. I'll listen to it, and I like the lyrics. Like I feel like you're saying something. I like the balance between the rage, the fire, and the earth. Yeah.
Thank you.
I like it. It's a 10 out of 10. Ready to start again? Okay. I want you to define community.
Okay, that's a beautiful question. Because the job I'm working at, they're very centered on community, which I love. And I really have to ask myself this question a lot. And I've been avoiding answering it. So, thank you for
asking. A perfect opportunity.
Thank you for asking. I feel like it's so many things, but I remember I wrote down, like, if we're in a large number of people, for example, like, let's say I don't get along with you, but there should still be that base level of respect and love. Even if I know we don't connect, I still love you for who you are.
Right.
I feel like that's community. Or like showing up, being present for another individual, saying I see you, I hear you. That's community.
That's interesting. That reminds me of like, so I'm also doing interviews for my senior project. And one of the themes that I found was that there's a difference between acceptance and tolerance. And you saying that, like, even if we don't see eye to eye, or you're not my cup of tea, there's still love and respect there. But I feel like that is very aligned with acceptance. Like, I accept you and I respect you because you're a human being. You're just like me. You're living and breathing a life just like me. And like you said, that should be the basis. Like, that should be enough. But tolerance is very much like half-assed. Like, yeah, I acknowledge that you're a human. I want you to live your life, but I don't agree with it. And I'm not going to remind you. I'm not going to stop reminding you that I don't agree with it. But that goes the same with like community. And maybe there is somebody that you don't see eye to eye with, but there's always that I'm not gonna let go of the fact that we don't see eye to eye. You know what I mean? Like kind of like beef. Like this has to stay. Like we have to hold on to this.
That's
when it
ego.
could just when it could just be like you said, the basis. Like that could just be the basis, and like all that other shit is just unnecessary. I feel like.
Well, I feel like where we are in society, everyone needs to work on their fucking ego.
I agree, myself included. Like that's what I realized.
Me too.
Like,
shit.
Sometimes, like you could avoid like getting upset about so many things. If like a lot of shit, like if you like, I saw a post. It was so fucking funny, but like if what was it? If something along the lines like saying shit like that shit don't got nothing to do with me. Like that saves you so much stress sometimes. Like. And I feel like that ties in with ego because we make shit about ourselves so much and it don't have shit to do with us, but it puts us under so much stress and anxiety. And just again, like,
and those are the
unnecessary
moments where you need to
conflict.
dive deep, because like, why is your ego bruised right now?
Right.
Because you can still have your ego, but you have to be around people who trigger your ego in a way that's not damaging. Where it's like you want to fight them.
Right.
I don't know.
And I feel like when it gets to that point, like, yes, part of it is that person, but like, you also share like some responsibility in that. Like, again, why do they trigger you to the point that you feel like you need to fight them for real? Like, what's really going on? Like, what's tea? Like, that's why I have to ask myself, like, what's really going on? Because that don't make no fucking sense. Like, at work sometimes, like, I feel myself getting upset and triggered, but it's like, really, like, for one, what are you losing? Like, what do you have to lose? What are you losing if you choose not to engage in this feeling? And really, why does this upset you? Like, what does this have to do with you? Please let me know, Kayla. That's what I have to ask myself. And it helps me come back to reality and to choose peace. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. So who can you identify as your community, and how do they support you?
Individuals in my life that check on me, that encourage me and accept me for who I am and not try to change me.
How do you find building relationships with other Black queer people? Like, how has that experience been for you?
I feel like it's hard in New York. I feel like it's hard simply because I'm in New York.
Simply because what?
I'm in New York.
Yeah. You would think, like, some people would think because there's such, like, a big population of Black queer people, so they say, like, you would think that makes it easy, but I feel like it makes it worse, if anything. Like, it makes it the way that it is right now. And yeah, no, I feel like we could be so much further.
I just feel like everyone's attitude is so like, fuck, I don't need you, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That,
and just very much comfortable, not wanting change, not being open to, like.
But this is just me.
Yeah.
So.
Right, because I'm asking your personal experience, and I'm also sharing my personal experience. And don't get me wrong, when you do find community within Black queer people, like, it is possible to build, like, real solid connections with them. Like, that is possible. And when you do, it's like 10 out of 10. It's fucking amazing. But I think it's like, we still also have to be realistic about there is a big lack, I feel like, when it comes to community amongst, like, Black queer people. Like, I feel like, again, that we could be so much further. But yes, anything else you would like to share?
Yeah. I'm trying to formulate the words in my head.
Take your time.
Like, I love how naturally easily flows. I like how naturally and easily things flow between the Black queer community, because I'm thinking about just certain interactions is beautiful. But I'm talking about when you're deep in the relationship down the line, and things now look, you're past the honeymoon stage, shit getting eerie. Now it's fucking I was like, oh my god. What happened to the love?
Literally, like, I don't understand where it went. Like,
listen, the beginning is beautiful. That's a beautiful experience. It's just after a certain point, it gets a little spooky.
No, like, actually scary, for real. That shit is crazy. That's interesting. So you feel like, so far, that has been your experience when trying to build a relationship with other Black queer people?
Yeah. Okay. But I feel like it also is Like, I just know me and how, like, the more I grow, the more I will, like, experience more beautiful and divine relations. And they will end, like, when they do end, because I'm not really dating to marry, when they do end, I believe that it's possible to end on a good note. I'm allowed to dream. I'm allowed to not envision toxic ass breakup.
Yeah, no.
I'm allowed to not envision.
Yes, you are. I encourage it.
Myself.
Yeah, no, I encourage it. Because I'm the same way. Like, some people, they like to convince me that, like, it's fairy tale. But I genuinely believe that you could end things and still be cool. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it don't have to be that serious. I'm sorry, it don't have to.
It goes back to ego.
Yeah.
You learn how to check your ego.
Yes.
And those who are not willing.
Crazy.
Full circle.
But it's crazy because it's like, again, back to projection. Like, there are people who they can't check their ego. And they'll project that onto you and make you feel like you're fucking crazy because you believe that you could be cool with somebody that you were once intimate with. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's insane to me, but
that's
to each
sad.
his own.
Because it's like, how you feeling this and you're projecting this feeling onto me when I'm not feeling this.
Yes, like, I understand what you're saying. I accept it and I respect it for you. And that's just that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're both going to do what we want at the end of the day. So why can't we just leave room and space for both? Okay. What do you need to feel supported as a Black queer person? It kind of ties in with like the safety question, but like if you can, because like even being able to name how you want people to support you can be like, not everybody is familiar with that as well. But yes, openness.
Be willing to be open to meeting. Because the way I'm thinking about it is like, when I need to be fully supported, I'm envisioning myself in like an event, some type of like open mic, I don't know, and I'm like, this is just setting the scene. That's already something that would be nice, for example. And then like the dynamic, it should be open to meeting the different dynamics of people that you come across, knowing that even though we share this identity, we're still different within our own.
Right.
Like, we all have different souls, and I love that we can see each other and see our differences. You know, differences and similarities.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I like the way that you write that.
This is shit I need to make a poem about, because sometimes I feel like talking about it like this doesn't really capture what I'm trying to say. That's why I like music.
If you do before I like edit it, you want me to put it in the video, I'll put it in the video.
What?
The poem. If you do, right?
If
you feel as though you want to share with the world. Okay, Per. Now we're going to move into more questions about like relationships, more of like romantic relationships and dating and things like that. Okay, ready for that one? Yeah? You got this?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your current relationship status?
I am single.
Amen.
And ready to mingle? Question mark.
Mm-hmm. Question mark.
Open to experiencing humans.
Mm-hmm. Whoever and whenever the universe decides to bring them. Oh, very bad. Okay, what does a successful romantic relationship look like for you?
Define relationship.
When I'm using the term relationship, I'm talking about a consensual agreement to be exclusive. I'm using exclusive because I know...
Like monogamous?
I don't want to say monogamous because you may not be monogamous, but like you two are exclusive. Like you both understand that, yes,
okay,
that's your partner you're dating and it's consensual.
Okay.
You both agreed.
And what does that look like for you?
Yes, a successful romantic relationship, right? However you define successful.
I would say, I feel like this is so hard. I feel like I'll know it's successful when the mutual understanding is love. And like, I have a partner who I've been with for some time, I say, and I don't even know how, I don't know how to phrase this. Like, let's say I have a partner who I've been with for some time. Like, there's a mutual, like, I'll know it's successful if we're both able to be open and experiencing other humans without there being, without there being hostility. Because, you know, things like jealousy arise, and that's okay.
Right.
But if the jealousy is ending with us throwing like glasses at each other, that's not successful.
Yeah, no.
It needs to be able to be talked about and talked out and whatever. And if I'm able to do that successfully and we're able to come to like mutual understanding of love, whatever, it's golden. Yeah.
Okay, great. That kind of brings us to my next question. How did you discover non-monogamy and what is your relationship to it now? Because when I first met Allurah, that is one of the things that we talked about in one of our first conversations, non-monogamy. And at the time, I believe you told me that you were poly.
So, God. Did I say that?
So what is your relationship to it now?
It's more so like I'm open to experiencing it.
Okay.
Because I've only ever been in like relationships, one-on-one relationships. Monogamy.
Okay.
And I'm open to being polyamorous and like experiencing it because I know I'm a jealous person. And I want to be able to like have these divine connections. Well, I feel like the center of it is growth. And the way I came across it was through individuals who I met who were poly and like listening to them explain like their relationships with their partners. I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. And like this took some time with me thinking about like, could I do that? Like even when I have crushes and I'll be looking at my crush talk to someone else, I'm just like, well, I like those moments because I could check myself and just like,
yeah, it's an
what's
opportunity.
happening? Yeah, what's happening right now? Are you jealous? Let's unpack this. And usually the baseline is like you really like said person.
Yeah,
you really love them. That's okay. But what are ways that we can like express that without it being express that in a healthy way?
I like that.
And I'm currently not. Well, I don't really know honestly. There's so many people who I find beautiful, but where I'm at, I don't know if I'm ready to like be in a relationship with someone, like partners, But I think that's only because one, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Two, I'm growing. I would hate to hurt someone in my growth process. That's a line to fear. Three, I don't know. I feel because I don't know where I'm at now. I definitely feel like I could. I don't know actually. Yeah, I think I just find so many people attractive and it's overwhelming sometimes.
I wonder, like, so recently, like, when I met you, I also shared that I was interested in non-monogamy as well. But at the time, I was in a monogamous relationship. And non-monogamy wasn't our thing. So, after, let me get my giggles out. After experiencing a situationship over the summer, I found that I am not ready for non-monogamy right now. But I feel like for a long time I really wanted to be a non-monogamous person. Like, I don't know what that said about me as a person, but clearly it was very important to me. But yeah, so I had to unpack that. And yeah, I just found like right now where I am, like I also don't feel like I'm ready for a romantic relationship. But I also feel like before I open myself up to like multiple people at a time, I would like that one-on-one first. You know what I'm saying? And a healthy one-on-one as well. Because I feel like the past relationships that I engaged in, like I knowingly went into it that it wasn't gonna work or that it isn't working. And I still engage in them. So I feel like when I do find one where I feel like it works, whatever that means, like I would like to sit in that for a while, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, if they're also open to it, exploring other people as well. But I also wanted to share that, I don't know if you also find this, but I feel like when I was unpacking, I found that I wanted to be open because I love meeting new people and talking to new people. Like I don't know what it does to me, but it just feeds my soul. Yes, like it just feels amazing. But I found that I can get those same feelings that I thought I could only get from dating people. I can get the same feelings from like making a fucking friend, and or just like little things like making a friend with a tree. Like not even a human being, like just there are so many little things, like that feeling that I was chasing, like that feeling of connection and just aliveness, like I can find it in other things outside of dating, but for a long time that's where I put my focus. So do you feel like you have too also found like the feeling that you get from connecting and meeting new people? Do you feel like that feeling is just synonymous to that experience, or do you feel like you have also found that in other experiences, in other areas of your life?
It's a deep ass question.
Because I feel like it's a specific feeling. Like I don't know how to name it, but I feel like I just know I feel joy, and I know I feel happy, and I know I just feel grateful that I was able to have that experience.
Intimacy, that's what makes me think. Because
I love it.
Yeah, I do. I think I really enjoy intimacy, and I maybe still am or learning how to now. But like, well, my Neptune's in the 8th house, so I can really get wrapped up into falling like. I like words, man. English is hard. I can really get fall in love with intimacy, and I still think that intimacy, like that drive, whatever, is only found through dating. But there are ways to be intimate that are still feeding for the soul in different ways, like you're saying. But yeah, why was that such a hard sentence?
Yeah, no, I agree. Can you name some things that you have found that in? Like other ways to achieve intimacy, outside of dating. What are some ways that you have found for yourself?
Something as simple as going stargazing with friends. And we're just sitting there in comfortable silence, looking at the stars. Periodically saying something like, "Oh, that one looks like this. Oh shit, I think that's that." And then silence again.
That gives camp.
Yeah, that's so that's a form of intimacy that's beautiful, and it's not romantic or sexual or sensual, but sensuality even itself is beautiful. I'm in love with sensuality.
So am I.
You have to
I live and I live and die for the sensual. People don't understand. It all it matters. The lighting matters, the smell matters, the touch matters. It all matters. It just all creates an experience.
I feel that I'm my Lilith is in Taurus and my North Node is in Taurus. So I feel like I have to go go towards that.
Yes.
But it's
Comfort is key.
Yeah.
I love to be comfortable. I love it. Okay. What are some of your non-negotiables when it comes to dating? Things that you will not settle for is absolutely the fuck not. I am not budging. Okay.
I feel like it's so vague with they're like low vibration. I feel like it's so vague. Like if they're like indoctrinated, I'm like I can't.
Indoctrinated is crazy.
But you know what?
No, I feel what you're saying.
I need a.
You know, not. And you could definitely tell, like, yeah. Yeah.
What else? Ignorant, like strong and wrong. Like you're ignorant and you're not open to learning.
Right.
But even I'm trying to draw the line at just ignorance itself because I'm no one's teacher. I refuse to. I teach. I'd rather teach as my job. I don't want to do that in a relationship.
No, I hear you.
Like if I'm teaching you, it's by just being me, and you're learning from me. I'm learning from you. I'm not about to. No. So yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. I really have to journal for these questions. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So, can you give me one pro and one con of queer dating?
I'll start with the con. Finding ones that aren't in relationships, that are not obsessed with their ex, that are mentally stable. That just finding spaces where I'm actually able to but like, you know, where there's options, where there's actually options. That's the con, like just finding the spaces for that. And the pro is the magic that sparks around the connections that happen. Like I really want to be a film writer because the way I want to capture how it feels to like be a part of a queer Black relationship. Words can't. Yeah. I have to like create something. I don't know what. I just have to create.
I would love that, Allurah. Please. We don't have enough. You don't
That's
understand.
What I want.
We don't have enough literature. We don't have enough film. Please.
Yeah. Like it's so crazy how like there's not a lot of Black queer movies.
Yes. I agree.
It really grinds my gears because I love to see.
Yeah, especially Black lesbians specifically. Like, I could just think of all the young Black lesbian girls. Like, the impact those movies or literature could have on them. Like, if there was more representation. Okay. Do you have any advice for those who are Black, queer, and dating?
Be open. Heal your don't be out here dating if you're not healed. You just got a relationship, now you hopping out and dating people. I mean, unless you're meeting other people who are down to just be clear with your intentions.
Right.
Please, everyone, just be clear with your intentions. If you just want to fuck, let it be known. Yeah. I've said that many times. Like, hey, I just want to fuck. Yeah. I do not text me after.
Yeah.
This is what this is, but make that clear. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because you may not know that person is on the same time.
No, literally,
don't lie.
Yeah. Don't let that hold you back. Like you not knowing if they're gonna be on the same type of time, because 9 times out of 10 they are. But I like to your point about don't go into relationships unhealed. I do want to say like we're gonna be healing for like the rest of our lives, but like I feel like you should know yourself to a certain extent before you do engage in these relationships, because I feel like back to triggers, like there's so many triggers that I feel like we should heal before we get into these romantic relationships. And I feel like it's like everybody's gonna bring something out different in you, Like there's not like just one way, like saying I'm gonna heal this so I'll be like safe from every person that may have this or something. Like it doesn't work like that. Like you'll know when you're ready to date, but I feel like if you're repeating like the same mistakes or repeating the same patterns within romantic relationships, and like that's a telltale sign. If you have engaged in them already, like that's a telltale sign that that's something you need to work on before you try again. But yes.
Yeah, I feel like making the same mistakes over and over again and then like not doing anything to change it.
Right.
That's bad.
Yes. And it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time, waste of your life, waste of your energy.
Like, you really need to ask yourself, like, why are you here?
Yeah.
What is your intentions for being here? People need to really ask, like, clarify their intentions a lot. I don't know how, but...
I agree. Just by being more intentional, just setting them. Just literally about anything. Like, anything you're doing. You going in the shower, set an intention. You're gonna cook, set an intention.
You mind if I eat some chips?
No.
I feel like snackish.
I have one more question. I'm fucking weak. Okay. What are some of your values and how do you maintain them within relationships? Any kind of relationships.
Define values?
Values close to like non-negotiables, but things that that mean a lot to you. Like for instance, some may value honesty. Like I value something like authenticity, like be yourself, you know what I mean? But like name a value and then name how like you make sure to maintain that while in relationships. Because I feel like for me personally, like a lot of these questions, these are just things I want to know. But I feel like for me personally, when I get in relationships, I tend to forget my values or like lose them. So like I want to know how, if people are like aware of this, like 'cause some people it may just be like instinct, like it's just conscious, like they just do it, but I don't do it. So I want to know like how do you like say this is a value of mine, I'm gonna maintain it, you know what I'm saying? And if it's not here, then it gotta go.
So like, do you want to know like while you're in those relationships, how do you remember those values that you
right, and how do you like keep them?
Well, my values personally are genuinity. I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
No,
being genuine. Being genuine, because I feel like I don't have to even explain that, but yeah. Genuine and open. And I feel like I can do this more, but I feel like the right way to go about it is like the way to maintain like being genuine and the fuck? Open. Is by like asking questions, like if like a situation happened between your friend and a situation happened and you're both for like, well, you know in yourself that you feel a little weird about the situation. Are you gonna sit in that weirdness or are you gonna confront them about it, like what you feel? Because your feelings are valid, but how are you gonna go about that? I feel like,
and that's when you use your values, like they guide you.
I feel like I went off topic.
I hear you. I feel like I feel like in those moments I'm not thinking about my values at all, but I feel like they could help anchor me and be like, is this aligned with what I believe in and what I want in my life, what I believe I deserve? So
it's like a chance to like go back to like you.
Right. I like that because when I feel like in those moments it's like all about them, like I'm just thinking about them. So yeah, Amazing, 10 out of 10. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment and interact with us. Share any responses that you had to any of the questions that I asked. I have social media. I don't be on it a lot, but I will put it in the bio. Yours as well. Okay, her. I'll link any. Are you promoting anything?
Myself.
As you should.
Follow me if you want to. No pressure.